Hello, Virgo Sun, Sagittarius Rising. It is time for your year ahead reading. Let's start off with a little bit of astrology. With a Sagittarius Rising, this is a sign that's known for its love of travel, of philosophical discussions. They like to get into things deep, they like to discuss things, contrary to what some people might think. They can also have a temper, yes, with that fire energy. So that could be part of what you show to people, but when you're passionate about something, you like to talk about it. You like to discuss it. You like to dive deep into it. It's also known for higher education. So you may have a strong interest in that area. You may be known for something having to do with higher education. Maybe you have multiple degrees or you're interested in multiple areas and you couldn't settle on one degree. You're a student of life kind of feeling. At least that's the impression you give to everybody. Now, with that Sagittarius rising, that means that your sun, Virgo, is most likely in the 10th house, which is the house of the career, of your aspirations. With Virgo there, and Virgo is ruled by Mercury, you may be very interested in careers that have to do with writing or publishing or anything that is where you can get into the details, where you can really leverage that Virgo attention to detail. You could also be interested in careers that have to do with service, serving others, helping others in some way. So it could be caring for people, but I don't know if that would be a long-term thing for you. You may get into something like data. It could be a technical field too. But these are the things that are going to arouse your most curiosity. These are the things you're going to enjoy doing and pursuing more than the standard and probably more than most other people would. And that's where you may land. Okay. And that is for most people, it will land in the 10th house, not necessarily everyone. So I just want to clarify that. It all depends on your individual chart. All right, let's get into your cards. I'm going to pull 12 cards, one for each month. You can choose August or September as your starting month. You could choose your birthday as your starting point. You could even, if you're watching this down the road halfway through the year, if it feels right for you, lean into that intuition a little bit and see. You could use that as your starting point for your 12 months or your the following month. Again, trust yourself with the intuition because you should be fairly high in that area with both Virgo and Sagittarius. That's how I feel anyway. Okay. I'm a Virgo rising Sagittarius moon, so I may be a little bit partial there. Okay, the cards. I'm going to pull 12, one per month. I already said that, so let's get into it. I'll also pull a bonus card from the bottom of the deck for an extra message, and I'm just labeling them 1 through 12. So month 1, again, whatever month or starting point you have. Month 2 and 3, 4, excuse me, 5 and 6. Then month 7, 8 and 9. And then month 10, 11 and 12. And on the back of the deck, we have the Knight of Coins. Okay, I'm going to take a moment to look at the overall spread and see if any messages come through, and then we'll get into the individual cards. I'll be back before you know it. See, I'm back. You didn't even notice the break. So the feeling or the things I'm getting initially here is that after a little bit of chaos at the beginning of the year here, things are going to be sort of in a steady state. You're going to be meeting some new people potentially, or be working with some people in some way throughout the year because you have a lot of court cards. You also have quite a few major arcana cards. You have 5 of them. You're starting off with a bang with 2, and then we kind of sprinkle them in throughout the year as things progress. So let's get into the cards. We're starting with the card on the back of the deck here. We have the Knight of Coins. So court cards are loosely about people. They can be you or other people. Knights, for me, are somebody who has the information, the knowledge, the theories down. They have the certificate, they have the degree, whatever it is, they've learned about it, but they have no experience in the area that they're interested in. And coins, in this case, which is the equivalent of pentacles, this is an earth element. It's a little bit slower moving. They take their time. There's no rushing. It can feel very stubborn because they're going to do it their way. And they're going to make sure they're getting it right as they go. So they're going to do one thing at a time and then assess that. How did it turn out? Then they're going to decide if they're going to try that again with a slight tweak or if they're going to abandon that and try something else. And again, they're going to take their time. They're going to wait for that results to come in before they decide what to do next. So kind of a one step at a time, one iteration at a time. So this could be around somebody that you're working with. This does feel like somebody else. With your Virgo Sun, you are an earth element, but again, this feels like somebody else that you're working with, or maybe that you're training. So maybe the point here is they don't learn as quickly as you do or in the same way that you do. They need to take time to really absorb the process, not just the information, but the process and how to do it. Because they have the knowledge, so they may try to stick to exactly what they learned on how to do something, but there are nuances to it that aren't covered in the textbooks. Things that you can only learn on the job or while you're doing it. So that they may struggle with figuring out those nuances as they're progressing. So have patience. And maybe patience is a key word for you here in this year. All right. So that's what I'm feeling for that one. Now let's get into your individual months here. Starting off with month 1, we have the Justice card. This can be karma. This can be retribution. But there is something that needs to be settled, that will be settled one way or the other. There will be closure on it this month. Now that could be, and it does feel kind of 50-50 here, that could be you having to deal with the consequences of your action. You can't put it off anymore. You have to face it. You have to deal it and get it out of the way so that you can focus on other things. So you can give your attention to the things that are going to uplift you, build you up, instead of the things that you keep feeling resentment for or anger toward or anything like that. You need to find some closure this month, and you will, because this isn't a major arcana card. It indicates you will find closure. You're going to be forced to face it and deal with it if you're the one who needs to take the action or settle the karma. I feel like that's 70% of you out there, honestly. For the other 30-ish% of you, this is where there's like an open court case or something pending, some legal work, something that's out there that's just been, you're just waiting for the other side to sign it and make it final. You're waiting for closure. Maybe you're waiting for closing. Maybe you're waiting for the court date to have the verdict in, or you're waiting for arbitration for a decision to come in some way, having to do with legal. And it feels like it will go in your favor for the most part. But you have to be patient and you can't push it. You don't want to irritate or aggravate the person making the decision here. So be patient and things will be resolved. You will get closure in this area, or at least you'll know what the outcome is. It'll be settled, whether it's the way you want it to or not. But at that point now, that's the end of that. And you can move forward. You can move on with your life without that hanging over you anymore. Okay. And then in month 2, we have the Blasted Tower. I love that name for this card. This is the Tower, the Blasted Tower. This is also a major arcana card, and this is indicating a sudden, unexpected event that is going to significantly change at least a portion of your life. This could have to do with any area of your life, a belief system, a relationship, your home, your career, your finances, your health, your family, any kind of relationship. What else could you throw in there? It's going to be in one area that could impact some of the other areas, but this is something, it is being ripped asunder. It's going to be sudden. It's going to be shocking. The intent of this kind of thing is to force you to recognize and to, maybe it's in part due to this, for the retribution piece of this, where you need to face something here. And if by the end of this month you don't deal with it, well, actually, it does not matter one way or the other, because this is for everybody. But for some of you, there may be fallout related here to if you don't deal with the situation by the end of month one. It may be directly tied to what happens in month two. But regardless, for all you Sagittarius rising Virgo suns out there, sudden, unexpected, torn asunder, it cannot be rebuilt. You cannot go back and start over in the same place. You have to sweep it all up, clean out the debris, come up with a new plan, and build from a more solid foundation. Something that works for you, something that supports you, something that you can rely on, and that you know will not come crumbling down. This is an area that needs attention and it needs stability. And in its current format, it does not have that. So maybe that gives you a clue as to what area this may be in. There's no security there. There's no stability there. It's shaky. You keep having to patch things up, or you have kept patching things up over the years. And maybe this last year, you're like, enough, I'm done. Well, this is a month where the consequences of that, which are good. Maybe even if you had still kept patching, it would still crumble apart because this is a meaningful moment. It is something that is forcing you to make a change. And in that change, so going through this is going to be frustrating and anger. There are going to be emotions involved. There's going to be stress involved. Yes. Try to take some time to center yourself, to ground yourself, to breathe, to meditate, whatever it is for you as you're going through this. You can't prevent this from happening. But the ultimate intent is that at some point in the future, you're going to be relieved that you escaped this situation, that it did fall apart, because it opens up more opportunities for you, better things for you down the road. So, a potentially stressful month here in month two. Take care of yourself and your energy as you're going through that. And then, this is interesting after that moment. Maybe it doesn't take you that long to recover, because in month three, if I said two, I'm sorry, but in month three, we have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a victory card. So you may very rapidly see the benefits of this sudden change. Here in month three, something's already coming about that is, people are respecting you. There's a lot of respect there. You are inspiring others. You are forging the way. You are the victor in the situation. Accept the accolades, accept the praise. Don't try to minimize what you've done, what you've accomplished, how you've handled it. Accept the praise. Accept the flowers. Be proud of what you've done. Even if it's coming out of a moment of disaster and despair, whatever this is that happens in month two, this has built you up. This is setting you up for so much success going forward. And you're really feeling that and embracing that here in month three. I got this. I'm taking it. I'm running with this torch. I got it. Let's charge full force ahead. Yeah. Enjoy that time. Really steep yourself in that kind of energy, that joyful energy, that energy of gratitude, of success, of victory. Yeah. And then in month four, we have the Page of Swords. So another court card. This time in swords. Swords are an air element. So this is about communication. It's definitely Mercury-like energy, because Gemini is also ruled by Mercury. So maybe this could be a Gemini in your life too, literally. But pages, so if the knights are somebody who has the knowledge, the pages are just naive. They're out there just figuring things out as they go. They don't know exactly what they learn yet, but want to do yet, what they want to learn, where they want to go. They have a lot of questions. This is the why, almost like the toddlers, right? As soon as they learn to walk, they're trying to run and they're falling down and they're making mistakes, but then getting up and going again and going again. They're not giving up. There's such a zest for life and this joyous feeling in here. There is an innocence for sure, a bit of a naivete, but it's such a good feeling. I feel like this is your energy here. With this, again, related more to what this tower moment opened up for you, the possibilities that are opened up for you, you're almost a little overwhelmed with the potential out there. You don't know which direction to put your energy, but you're excited about what's going on, about the potential, and you have questions. So this month is going to be about learning about all those different options and opportunities that are opening up to you. What one do you want to, which direction do you want to go? Where are you headed? This may be a month where you're digging into and researching some of that, figuring out what your next steps are going to be. But there is this sense of excitement. It feels like you're young again, almost in a way. It's a restart or a fresh start for you here in month 4. And that's the energy I'm feeling. So you've succeeded, you've gone through some big changes, and you've had a really big breakthrough and victorious feeling month. And now you're ready to face the next challenge. What's it going to be? That's up to you. And then in month 5, we have the King of Coins. So the kings are the CEOs. They're definitely leaders. Queens are also leaders. The kings are, it's a masculine energy, so it's more directive. It is a little more extrovert for the most part, I would say, more extroverted, although that can depend on the suit too. Coins are going to be a little bit more reserved, or I wouldn't say reserved, laid back, kind of a chill vibe. Not really pressure, but they know they have a very sharp mind. They know exactly what they're doing. They know how to get whatever they want. So this feels like it may be an advisor. This could be a career advisor or a financial advisor or somebody, it could be a real estate agent or investor of some type. Somebody that you're going to go to for advice, maybe to have mentor you. Maybe you're going to a convention that they're at or some sort of event that they're teaching at, but you're going to be learning from this person. And again, it's that coin energy, it's earth energy. They're laid back, but they're very well respected. They're very proud and very confident in their knowledge. So this is a month, maybe whatever direction you decide to go here in month 4, now you're going to step into, okay, let me learn more about this. Let me dig into it more. Let me see what the experts have done and what they recommend. So kind of research and learning and seeking out mentors in that area for yourself. That's what month 5 is. Month 6, we have the Fortitude card. This is also known as the Strength card. This is where you are, as a result of everything that's gone on in these previous 5-6 months, you're discovering about yourself this taming of the emotions, taming of the wild beast within. You're not so on tenterhooks anymore. Maybe that's it. There's less nervous energy about you. You're much more calm. You're much more confident. Um, you're much more compassionate toward yourself and more accepting of the whole you. Knowing that, yes, you can have a short temper. Yes, you can blow up, but you also understand that that is part of who you are. You are embracing that part of yourself and learning how to use it or leverage it when it's appropriate. So you're not necessarily, you may notice that you're not flying off the handle anymore when you're triggered in certain ways. You have a more objective view of it. You're not taking it personal. You're just understanding what's going on, absorbing the surroundings, if you will, assessing the situation. And also, there's a compassion aspect to this where you're kind of understanding maybe the points of view or where other people around you may be coming from, which is helping you grasp the situation, not just on the surface level, but the depth of it. So you're integrating your whole self, the negatives and the positives, your inner animal and your Virgo self here, and creating your whole person there. You are integrating both sides of yourself here in month 6. And people may even remark that you seem very calm and confident, and you're not again, not easily shaken. So somebody may try to push your buttons here this month, and they just aren't going to be able to, because it's just, that's about them. It's not about you. But you're also not going to denigrate them because they're having trouble and trying to take it out on you and not succeeding. And then down here in month 7, we have the 8 of Wands. So this is going to be a busy month. There's a lot of activity, a lot of things going on. 8 of Wands. So wands are about fire. It's a fire element. So maybe this is a month where you have a couple of trips planned. Maybe you're traveling for work in some way. I don't know why travel came through. Oh, maybe because of the Sagittarius. But there's a lot going on. If you have a vacation or some time off planned, there's a lot of things you have to do to get ready, and it's coming up much quicker than you thought. So you're feeling a little bit frantic, a little bit stressed, but you're on top of it. You're getting it done. But oh my goodness, you cannot wait until you're sitting poolside or in that hotel room when you can just relax, or where till you get home and you can sleep in your own bed. But until then, you're on it. Things keep coming at you. People keep coming to you with different things to do. You need to take action on. You need to make sure that things are controlled and going on in an orderly fashion. So a bit of a hectic month, but it does feel like there's a reward at the end. Maybe they give you some extra time off or something like that, where you get time to decompress and center yourself again. That's month 7. In month 8, we have the Hierophant. This is another major arcana card for you, and this is a card that is an authority figure, or it could be a teacher, a professor. It could be somebody in, not royalty, Tanya. That is not the word in your head. A religious authority. There we go. It could be, I'm trying not to use too much, and here we are. Somebody that you look up to as an authority in whatever field you want to get into. It could also be a lawyer. It could be a police officer. It could be a judge. But it's somebody who has had the formal education in this subject area that you can learn from, or that is going to be sharing some information with you and advising you on how to proceed in some area. So this is a month where you are more of the student, you are not the teacher. So if somebody is trying to give you some advice, make sure your listening ears are on. It may not mean much to you in that moment, but what they share with you is going to be important maybe within a few days of them sharing that information. So pay attention, be present when you're in these situations with these type of people, because what they have to share with you, what they have to teach you, is going to be something that can carry you for months or maybe even years to come. That advice, it will be memorable. And then in month 9, we have the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups are about our emotions and intuition. And the 6 of Cups is about reminiscing, about thinking about the past. And for me, it feels like it's more fond memories of the past. Maybe you're meeting with people you haven't seen in a while. Maybe there's a family reunion. Maybe there's a class reunion. Maybe this is a friend you haven't seen in years and they're coming into town and you guys are just going to hang out and spend time together. Reminisce about how you met and people back in the neighborhood, different teachers, the aunts, uncles, grandparents, etc., who have passed. Whatever it is, this is about spending time with those people and sharing your memories too. Maybe this is even somebody in your family or somebody you know who's trying to document the family stories, get them written down or get them on film in some way so that they have them for generations to come and they can share them across the family with everyone. And that's month 9. And then in month 10, we have the Empress. This is another major arcana card. The Empress is the mother of the tarot deck. She is the ultimate creator. This could be about fertility. So if you're expecting or trying to conceive, this is potentially a month that could happen. The Empress is, you have the capacity to create the life that you wish to live. Within you is everything you need to build the life that you wish. And this may be a month where you're really feeling that, where you're really sensing that. You may also be feeling particularly creative this month and working on creative projects. Maybe you decide to go take a class at your local craft store just because. Or maybe with this person here. Or maybe what you learn in this month, maybe you find out that your grandmothers used to quilt, or your grandfathers used to do woodworking or wood turning or something like that. And now maybe that's inspired you here for in month 10 to take a class on that, to learn more about it, to see if that's something you would want to do, and in a way to let you connect deeper with that past, with that ancestry. Does not mean you necessarily take it forward, but it definitely is a meaningful moment for you, a meaningful experience. You're taking those lessons from the past, the information from the past, and letting it inform your future and your potential. So it's a little bit of integrating again for you here in month 10. And really recognizing how far your family over the generations has come, maybe even over just your lifetime has come, and how the choices you make have made have created the life you have now and have created the potential you have for the future. And then in month 11, we have the Queen of Coins. So back into the coins, we had the king here. Now we have the queen. So the queen is also a leader, but she's a little bit more receptive energy rather than directive. She's going to influence just by example for the most part, not necessarily by telling you what to do. They will make suggestions. They will show you. So this is somebody that you may be talking to this month that can really provide you more in-depth, or somebody you're feeling much more confident in sharing or asking for advice from about not just work, not just one subject, but how you integrate and balance, do work-life balance, or home and hobby. How do they do all these things? How do they track? How do they maintain their own energy? And how do you take care of yourself? So this is going to be more of a whole life advisor, if you will. Maybe even somebody who can help with financing for different goals that you have, things like that. But again, laid back energy, no pressure really. It's more like you could set up time with them and just talk to them about what it is you want done. And then they'll have advice and they can help you come up with a plan, or at least different options to try. But they're going to listen to everything you have to say. They're going to take in the whole picture before they come up with a solution to help you out, or work with you to come up with a solution. Okay, and then in month 12, we have the 7 of coins. So now you have all this information, you have your options. Your energy is feeling better because you don't have whatever this was back here that was holding you back. That's been cleared out of your life. And you're recognizing all this potential within yourself and how much you've matured as this year has progressed too. Here in month 12, the 7 of coins, this is a card where we are taking time to evaluate where we're at and analyzing the different things. What's working? What isn't working? What do we want to change? What do we want to get rid of? What do we want to bring in? Is it a matter, if this were a garden, is this a matter of moving this plant over to a shady area? Or is it just not right with your soil? Do you need to do soil mitigation and not plant it next year until the soil is better? It could be related to home, career, almost any area of your life, but it's going to be maybe more practical feeling or practical themed as far as the analysis or the areas that you're focusing on here. So it's almost like you're getting yourself ready now to launch yourself into the next year. So once you do this analysis in your next months, you're probably going to be then heading off or taking action based on what it is, what decisions you make here in month 12. Ready to launch yourself into a new experience. All right. That is what I have for you, Virgo Sun, Sagittarius Rising, for your year ahead. Please hit that like button, please share, and please hit subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.